Hi. Look what they did to my boy. That was 2 seconds in the hands of my nephews. Look what they did to him.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Chopper Chew's okay, though. That's cool. Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Now, that might be a game that everyone is familiar with. It's like the most popular game on Steam for like the past like 10 years or something. I don't know. But in case you didn't know, Coffeezilla, who, if you don't know who Coffeezilla is, he's like a great content creator. If you haven't seen his stuff, go check it out. Very recently, he just dropped his final part to his CSGO gambling series, and this is actually one of the very few, like, controversies, and I'm putting controversies in quotations because while it is a controversy, I'm just not really a huge part of it. I'm just a victim of it, I guess. I'm just gonna go into, like, a little bit of, like, my backstory of like CSGO gambling because it's a hot topic right now. You know, for me, I just wanted to talk about like my experiences with it. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, do I think that Valve should step in to maybe try to halt the CSGO gambling thing? Yes, absolutely. This is just such a weird thing, like, to come up out of nowhere because, like, I haven't heard of CSGO gambling in a very long time. I know CSGO is still popular, but I know it's just something I kind of grew out of. I haven't really watched any CSGO content since I was like 18, 19, something like that. But man, it's just kind of cool. Ooh, hey, there's a big old chunk out of my mic. I didn't notice that. You guys don't get to look at it anymore. So I thought I'd go ahead and dive into my own backstory, give you guys a little bit of JaceIsJumbo lore.
Come, sit. Tell me a tale.
Now I'm diving into this because in Coffeezilla's newest video, he mentions the first part he mentions in the third part of his video series is that a lot of people get their like CSGO gambling kicks whenever they're young.
Hardly anyone agrees on anything, but I did find one thing that nearly everyone agrees on.
I started gambling on Counter-Strike when I was probably 13 years old.
13 years old.
I think I was 14.
I'm no exception. So I got my first PC back when I was about 15. I can't really exactly remember what age I was or what PC I got. I think it was actually not even like a gaming PC. I'm pretty sure it was just an office PC that my dad bought from Walmart. And honestly, at the time, I had no idea what CSGO was. I was uninterested. The only game I bought was Gmod. But a couple months later, I was talking to a friend in math class, and he said, hey, you should get Counter-Strike Global Offensive. It's a great game. And I was hesitant at first because I was like, it looks like just like Call of Duty. Why not just play Call of Duty? It was 15 bucks at the time, so I spent the 15 on it. Downloaded it in my little computer that could barely run it. It was running it at like 15 frames a second, but you know, that's good enough for me. I ended up playing it, and I hated it. I didn't like it. And while I wasn't a huge fan of the game, I was a huge fan of the content. I would watch a ton of CSGO videos, mainly with like the crew, you know, KY Speedy and the crew.
Oh, it's the bot. Dude, I can't even kill. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. No!
That's the whole video. Maybe I'll make it another day, like, because I want to go like in a deep dive on the crew because they're kind of like an underrated group, but now they've really tanked. So let me do like a little bit of a history check for you guys, just in case you don't know what Counter-Strike is. Counter-Strike is a a turn-based multiplayer game. It's a 5v5 round-based first-person shooter. That's what it is. It released in 2012, and for about the first year, nothing happened. Like it was just a standard game. It was on OS X and Xbox, PlayStation, all that stuff. In 2013, they released an arms deal update, which is that's the crux of this whole thing. Okay, so in this arms deal update, they released cases that you could earn for free. It's $2.50 for a key. You can up the case. You get a random skin for a random gun, and that's it. Some of the skins are very, very rare. And then, of course, the main thing you want to get out of these cases are the gold knives, the most rare thing in the game until they also release gloves, that kind of stuff. Just a quick little lore dump. That's what this whole crux is about. My story, I ended up figuring out that you could get cases. I would get random cases, and I didn't even know you could buy them until I had like an extra like $3 in my account for whatever reason. And I noticed you could buy a key. I bought a key for one case. I ended up getting a blue skin, and eventually I ended up getting like a $17 skin. I sold it. I didn't have any games I wanted to buy or anything, but I ended up getting a whole bunch of keys and cases, and I don't think I ended up getting anything special. And it was fun until it started to not be fun. See, what would happen is my dad would give me like a random like 10 bucks or something like that. Yeah, I would get my dad's debit card and, you know, put 10 bucks in his wallet while take his card and put 10 bucks on Steam, that kind of thing. And I would do that a lot. I would just open up these cases. open up these cases. And more often than not, obviously, I would get jack shit. Now, this is the part where I said I was going to get into lore. I've had this channel for a long time. I've made a lot of videos on it, a lot of gaming videos. The one I'm about to show you is from 2015, 2016. I can't really remember, but I was pretty young, right? It's almost 10 years old. This is a case opening I did as a 16-year-old without a job, without any income. I think if I remember right, I used my birthday money for this case opening. Take a look.
Hey guys, and before this video starts, yes, I realize I'm an idiot. I am just a straight up idiot. I must be allergic to money or something like that. And so these things have been taunting me for a few weeks now, and it's honestly probably the worst decision I've ever made, because you can't make your money back on these cases pretty much unless you get like 3 knives. So I just spent way more money than I should have.
Yeah, that's your boy. That is 16-year-old me, and yeah, so I even knew back then this was a bad idea. I even said that there's virtually no way to make your money back, and I knew that, I did, but man, the pixels they call to you. Whether or not you believe like that's Valve's fault or not, it's probably not. I mean, they do give you the options to even have this, but you know, me personally probably could have showed some restraint and not opened these. Now, it's not all bad. It's not all bad, because I wanted to show you one more thing. This is a really old video from 2016, I believe, so it's old editing, everything like that, but this is how I got hooked on CSGO gambling. It's the same way everyone else gets hooked.
Why not, you know? Nothing like getting another Galley AR or Bunsen burner. No way that just happened. No way, dude. Dude, there's no way that just happened. No way. Dude, there's no, oh my god. Okay, two more keys in celebration of my new knife. Oh my god.
That'll do it. Yep, yeah, giving a 16-year-old a brand new knife and a $100 skin at the time. Yeah, that'll do it. So that's kind of like the genesis of you know, how I ended up in this situation, right? Now, granted, this is an old video, right? This isn't like a problem I have now. Not really, but I'll get to that. At one point, the gambling thing, it was working. You know, I'd spend maybe like 40-50 bucks on cases. I would get lucky, you know, I'd get a purple or a pink, something like that, something worth some money. I would sell it to CSGO Lotto. They would give me, you know, the money on their site. I would do a flip coin. That would do it. I would turn, you know, this $17 into $34. It would work. And eventually, you know, 17-year-old me, I had maybe a $700, $800 inventory. Now, I know that's not like much compared to like what other people had, but for me, dude, I was loaded. I was 17. I don't have a job. I don't have like, you know, rich parents or anything like that. I was just me alone gambling. I probably put maybe 300 bucks into CSGO, and I was almost at $1,000 inventory until I wasn't. The thing that ended up happening was I wanted to win. Just like any other gambler, right? Just like any other person that sits at a casino and sits in front of a slot machine for 3 hours at a time. And eventually, the only thing I had left of that $500 or that $700 inventory or whatever it was my knife and like 2 other skins that I really, really liked and I did not want to get rid of. It came to a breaking point one day where that's all I had. I had like 3 skins left, I think, including the knife. And I got rid of the 2 skins that I really, really liked. I think one of them was a Shantico's Fire. It was like 50 bucks combined. And I put it all on, you know, heads or tails, I can't remember. And I lost. But I thought, you know, that's not a big deal. Come on. I mean, so what? I lost my whole inventory. I still got one thing. the knife that I myself, the knife that me unboxed. No one else. I didn't buy it. It was mine, and I traded it in. It was $57 at the time whenever I traded it in. That's what I got on CSGO Lotto. They have like a global chat in there, and I even typed, should I bet my knife on tails? And someone said yes, and that's all I needed. That was the only kick I needed. It came back heads. You know, like I said, birthday money, Christmas money, just any kind of money I got for, from when I was like late 15 to like early 17, for that year and a half, pretty much all went into CSGO and all went into CSGO Lotto. I was left with nothing. If there was one thing I can say, it was a very valuable lesson to be learned at such a young age, because like, while I do wish I still had that inventory, because that probably would have been worth quite a bit now, it's worth it to learn young. And really, I just haven't really thought about it much until Coffeezilla dropped his videos, and it kind of just brought back this this urge I had, not the urge like to gamble, but I was sitting here thinking like, yeah, I mean, this kind of affected me at some point. I could have done other things, I could have bought other things, I could have spent my money on something else, but I gave in to the gamble. It is weird to think that was like 8 years ago, and I'm still kind of having the issue. I still do like relapse from time to time. There's a joke going on in like my friend group that every time I load up CSGO, it costs me $5 because I just can't help but like open a case or two every time I load in. But hey, at least I can afford it now, so that's cool. Now, like I said, this isn't like, I'm not like one of those people that lost thousands, or I'm not one of those people that made thousands or something like that on the CSGO Lotto sites. But I think Coffeezilla does bring up a really good point that like, for instance, I probably never would have heard of CSGO Lotto without the help of a content creator. Now, I'm not going to say the content creator because I honestly can't remember, but it did make an imprint on my life. And I think if I did have some disposable income, more than I had at the time, it probably would have went into CSGO even more. Now, since those ancient times of like, 2017, 2018, Valve did try to do like a little bit of an update where I believe if you do have a skin, you can't sell it for like a week or something. Coffeezilla made this point in his video that like Valve has no like real reason to shut down CSGO gambling. Yes, it might like create more gamblers, it might like be a bad influence on like children like me that starts real young, and it ends up being a problem, especially later on. But in terms of this billion-dollar corporation, they get a piece of everything, every single skin, every single key, every single crate, everything that happens on CSGO, they get a piece of it. And so there's no real downside to letting it keep going for Valve. At least CSGO is still one of the most popular games on Steam, and it's only going to grow more and more of a problem. I can actually see Coffeezilla's video having the adverse effect. Like for me, I haven't thought about CSGO gambling since 2018, and I imagine there are people who are maybe the most casual players of CSGO watch Coffeezilla's video, go like, huh, there's a lottery? I would not be surprised if CSGO Lotto ends up saying, hey, we've hit our highest numbers in 5 years thanks to Coffeezilla's video. That wouldn't surprise me at all. They're not going to change. Why would they? They make a bank. Valve's not going to change. Why would they? They make bank. It's literally just a moral argument. And believe it or not, the corporations are not going to think morally. That's just a little bit of a lore dump with me. I didn't get too much into it. Actually, I was really tempted to privatize all of my old videos. I have maybe 80 or 90 old videos from whenever I was like 15 to 20, like 5 years, like 90 videos that are just so bad. I was really tempted to unprivatize them to let you guys take a look, but maybe another time. That's it. I just want to talk about my experience with CSGO and the lottery scheme around it. If you like what you saw, hit that like and subscribe stuff and all that stuff, and I would very much appreciate it. Hey, and if I never see you again, then have a good life. Bye.